Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Let's take a deep breath in and let that go. Get settled in, creating a beautiful experience today. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday. It doesn't matter what happened last week. And certainly we want to release what happened years ago that we're holding on to that may be hurting us. Everything is made manifest as you focus your energetic thoughts, as you focus your emotion, as you focus your intention. What you don't want disappears, it dissolves, it falls away as you focus on what you do want. Let there be light. Let there be whatever it is that you desire. When you hold the image in your mind, when you feel as if you're already there, then it manifests into physical reality. Most people say, I'll be happy when this happens. I'll be happy when something takes place that allows me to be happy. No, we create our world, our happiness, everything that we desire through our thoughts, our energy, our feelings, our actions. Ephesians 5:13 says, all things when they are admitted are made manifest by the light, for everything that is made manifest is light. The light is consciousness. I'm reading from The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. And he says, the light is consciousness. Consciousness is one manifesting into legions of form or levels of consciousness. There is no one that is not all that is, for consciousness, though expressed in an infinite series of levels, is not divisional. There is no real separation or gap in consciousness. I am cannot be divided. What do you say after I am? Your words hold power. I am light. I am love. I am happy. I am content. I am co-creating my life with God. Take a deep breath in and bring to mind what it is that you desire, and get into the feeling that it's already yours, it's already here. Get into the feeling that you would be if it was already true, if you believed that you were happy, healthy, wealthy, loved, respected, whatever it is that you desire. What would that feel like? Rather than feeling the lack, the want that allows you to stay where you are, still wanting and hoping and wishing and wanting, feel it's already done. Why do you want it? What is it that you want, and why do you want it? When you can feel in that energetic vibration, you attract everything in harmony, everything that allows that good to appear in your experience. Neville Goddard says, I may conceive myself to be a rich man, a poor man, a beggar man, or a thief, but the center of my being remains the same regardless of the concept I hold of myself. At the center of manifestation, there is only one I am, manifesting in legions of forms or concepts of itself, and I am that I am. I am is the self-definition of the absolute, the foundation on which everything rests. I am is the first cause substance. I am is the self-definition of God. I am hath sent me unto you. I am that I am. Be still and know that I am God. I am is a feeling of permanent awareness. The very center of consciousness is the feeling of I am. I may forget who I am, where I am, what I am, but I cannot forget that I am. The awareness of being remains regardless of the degree of forgetfulness of who, where, and what I am. I am is that which, amid unnumbered forms, is ever the same. This great discovery of cause reveals that, good or bad, man is actually the arbiter of his own fate, and that it is his concept of himself that determines the world in which he lives. In other words, if you are experiencing ill health, knowing the truth about cause, you cannot attribute the illness to anything other than to the particular arrangement of the basic cause substance, an arrangement which is defined by your concept, I am not well. This is why you are told, let the weak man say, I am strong. Joel 3:10, for by his assumption, the cause substance I am is rearranged and must therefore manifest that which its rearrangement affirms. What would you affirm for your life? I am healthy. I am strong. My cells are vibrating with perfect health. I am that I am. Whatever you affirm becomes true for you. Neville Goddard says this principle governs every aspect of your life, be it social, financial, intellectual, or spiritual. He says, I am is that reality to which whatever happens, we must turn for an explanation of the phenomena of life. It is I am's concept of itself that determines the form and scenery of its existence. Everything depends upon its attitude towards itself. That which it will not affirm as true of itself cannot awaken in its world. That is, your concept of yourself, such as I am strong, I am secure, I am loved, determines the world in which you live. In other words, when you say, I am a father, I am a man, I am an American, you are not defining different I ams. You are defining different concepts or arrangements of the one cause substance, the one I am. Even in the phenomena of nature, if the tree were articulate, it would say, I am a tree, an apple tree, a fruitful tree. When you know that consciousness is the one and only reality, conceiving itself to be something good, bad, or indifferent, and becoming that which it conceived itself to be, you are free from the tyranny of second guesses. free from the belief that there are causes outside of your own mind that can affect your life. Isn't that interesting? You can be free from the tyranny of second causes, free from the belief that there are causes outside of your own mind that can affect your life. So, what do you bring to mind? What would you have? What would you desire? What do you say I am that you really, truly desire to be? You are already that. Focus your attention, focus your energy, focus your thoughts on the I am that you really are, the one who is created, the one who is a creative being, who is bringing experiences into your life through your own thinking. Neville Goddard says, in the state of consciousness of the individual is found the explanation of the phenomena of life. If man's concept of himself were different, everything in his world would be different. His concept of himself being what it is, everything in his world must be as it is. What is your concept of yourself? Take a deep breath in and imagine you are filled with divine love. You are an energetic being. Focus on being loved, being a divine, creative spark of energy created in the image of God in order to bring into this experience, this lifetime, whatever you create through your own energy, your own human hands. Neville Goddard says, thus it is abundantly clear that there is only one I am, and you are that one I am. And while I am is infinite, you, by your concept of yourself, are displaying only a limited aspect of the infinite I am. Build thee more stately mansions, O my soul, as the swift seasons roll. Leave thy low vaulted past. Let each new temple, nobler than the last, shut thee from heaven with a dome more vast, till thou at length art free, leaving thine outgrown shell by life's unresting sea. Neville Goddard goes on to say it is only by a change of consciousness, by actually changing your concept of yourself, that you can build more stately mansions, the definition, the manifestations of higher and higher concepts. By manifesting is meant experiencing the results of these concepts in your world. It is of vital importance to understand clearly just what consciousness is. The reason lies in the fact that consciousness is the one and only reality. It is the first and only cause substance of the phenomena of life. Nothing has existence for man save through the consciousness he has of it. Therefore, it is to consciousness you must turn, for it is the only foundation on which the phenomena of life can be explained. If we accept the idea of a first cause, it would follow that the evolution of that cause could never result in anything foreign to itself. That is, if the first cause substance is light, all its evolutions, fruits, and manifestations would remain light. The first cause substance being consciousness, all its evolutions, fruits, and phenomena must remain consciousness. All that could be observed would be a higher or a lower form or variation of the same thing. In other words, if your consciousness is the only reality, it must also be the only substance. Consequently, what appears to you as circumstances, conditions, and even material objects are really only the products of your own consciousness. Nature, then, as a thing or a complex of things external to your mind, must be rejected. You and your environment cannot be regarded as existing separately. You and your world are one. Therefore, you must turn from the objective appearance of things to the subjective center of things, your consciousness, if you truly desire to know the cause of the phenomena of life and how to use this knowledge to realize your fondest dreams. In the midst of the apparent contradictions, antagonisms, and contrasts in your life, there is only one principle at work: your own consciousness operating. Difference does not consist in variety of substance, but in variety of arrangement of the same cause substance, your consciousness. What you are consciously aware of is a completely different life than someone on the other side of the world. They have a totally different conscious awareness, but we are all one and the same. We are all creating our life, our experience through our thoughts, our feelings, our actions. Neville Goddard says, the world moves with motiveless necessity, but by this is meant that it has no motive of its own, but is under the necessity of manifesting your concept, the arrangement of your own mind. And your mind is always arranged in the image of all you believe and consent to as true. The rich man, the poor man, the beggar man, or thief are not different minds, but different arrangements of the same mind. In the same sense that a piece of steel, when magnetized, differs not in substance from its demagnetized state, it's still a piece of steel, but in the arrangement and order of its molecules. If a piece of steel is magnetized, it draws to it pieces of steel. You can take a little magnet and pick up little tiny staples or pieces of steel filings. But if the steel is not magnetized, it doesn't matter how hard you force or push or press, they're not going to be drawn to each other. That's the same with your mind. If you are filled with thoughts of envy, doubt, suspicion, worry, you're not going to draw to you well-being, love, opportunities. A single electron revolving in a specified orbit constitutes the unit of magnetism. When a piece of steel or anything else is demagnetized, the revolving electrons have not stopped. Therefore, the magnetism has not gone out of existence. There is only rearrangement of the particles so that they produce no outside or perceptible effects. When particles are arranged at random, mixed up in all directions, the substance is said to be demagnetized. But when particles of energy are marshaled in ranks so that a number of them face in one direction, the substance is a magnet. Magnetism is not generated, it is displayed. What would you magnetize yourself to? Health, wealth, beauty, and genius are not created, they are only manifested by the arrangement of your mind, by the energy, the magnetism, the concept you have of yourself. The importance of this in your daily life should be immediately apparent. The basic nature of the primal cause is consciousness. Therefore, the ultimate substance of all things is consciousness. And your concept of yourself is all that you accept and consent to as true. What you consent to can only be discovered by an uncritical observation of your reactions to your life. Your reactions reveal where you live psychologically, and where you live psychologically determines how you live here in the outer visible world. Your concept of yourself draws to you what you want. It cannot draw to you what you don't believe. What you don't believe is true for you. What you don't consent to as being true. Therefore, your affirmations must be something that you truly desire, that you focus on, that you focus your attention, that you draw to yourself. You become magnetized to what you really want. You must get into the feeling of whatever it is that you want. You must express it, have faith, believe that it's meant for you. And if you are an individual representation of God, of I am, your concept of yourself, your belief in yourself is what draws to you everything in harmony with your energy, your thoughts, your actions. What you wish to draw in, you must become a magnet for it. You must be that. Take a deep breath in and let that go. Take a deep cleansing breath in. Hold it at the top and release any strain or struggle. Take a deep breath in of divine light and love and become consciously aware as you exhale love and light. You are magnetizing yourself, drawing to you everything in harmony with what it is you are. Say to yourself, I am love. I am light. I am has sent me. I am co-creating my life with the great I am. I am is consciousness. I am so happy. I am so grateful. Every day I am getting better and better. I am perfectly created. I am experiencing all that there is to experience in this life. I love life and life loves me. I am healthy. I am happy. I am loved. Whatever you say, believe it. It is meant for you. See it in your mind, feel it in your heart, feel it vibrating in every cell of your being. What does it mean when you say, I am love? I am strong, I am healthy, I am happy, I am living my life on purpose. Take a deep breath in. Let that go. Ask for guidance for the day. Take this energy into your day. Create a wonderful day. Enjoy your day. And I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7. Thank you.